Okay, we're back and we've got the control panel installed. I'm just going to turn the light off here so we can get a different mood going. So we've installed the new control panel. We've tested all the buttons. We moved all the leaf switches. We've also tested the thruster for Lunar Lander. So it's time for some gameplay. Let's go ahead and play some Asteroids. And one player start. Here we go. Check out the hyperspace. That's working. Okay, so 1979 Atari. This is one of the first vector games Atari made, but they also made Lunar Lander before this. So all the buttons are nice and responsive. Clean the monitor a bit, but some of you might be able to see the burn-in from the high scores from previously, but you don't see it so much when there's no light on the screen. I've got the ring lights on. So. Alright, so that's enough of that. Let's check Asteroids Deluxe, which I actually prefer. And the reason I prefer it is because the asteroids rotate while they're moving. Different sound effects. When you explode different pieces of your ship, they actually dissolve. The intensity of the beams changes depending on which piece is flying where. All right. This game is interesting because it uses the pokey chip, and the pokey chip is what Atari used for digital sounds. The Asteroids board actually just uses analog circuitry for the sounds, but when you put the multi-board on, you have to have a pokey chip, otherwise all the sounds are not right. And me being a sound guy, I like it when sounds are accurate. Alright, Asteroids Deluxe is working. Shields. Let's try to bounce into one of these things. Very cool. So my high score is 54,000. At some point I'd like to, yeah, that's so awesome. I love the way the ship explodes. Okay, that's Asteroids Deluxe. It's working great. Let's go to Lunar Lander now. This is where the thruster is super cool. I love. You can actually play. You can play Lunar Lander with the buttons, but it's just so cool having this thruster here. I thought that the thruster actually went on top, but it goes on the bottom, so it doesn't scratch up the artwork. So this thing's mounted like a tank. It's wired up to the expansion board on the multi-board. And let's go ahead and play some Lunar Lander. Okay, you'll notice that we've got 2x, 5x, 2x. The object of this game is to land your spaceship safely. And you have horizontal speed, vertical speed, and altitude. And the object is to land safely as many times as possible for the amount of fuel that you have. So when you put in 1/4, you get 1,800 fuel to start with. And when you get close to the lunar surface, it actually zooms in and shows you what you're doing. This game is highly underrated. And you'll notice the thruster on the ship, the more you push up, the more intense the brightness of the beams is, which is really cool. So I think we're just going to land on the 2x here and then call it an evening. We still have to staple the cardboard bezel onto here properly. And also I'm going to clean up the back of the screen because it's going a little too fast there. All right, 2x. Eagle has landed 100 points. All right. So then you start over and you just, we'll try and land on a 5X on the edge here and see what happens this time. I really like this game. I think that Lunar Lander is highly underrated and it's pretty cool. You can see a little bit of waviness in the vectors up top here. I have not recapped this vector monitor yet, but it looks pretty solid. Obviously, apparently this tube, from what I understand, came from a lunar lander originally, so it's kind of cool that it plays Lunar Lander again. A friend of mine, Al, who I also have one of these control panels for, he has an original Lunar Lander cabinet, and what happened was when Atari made Lunar Lander, they started making Asteroids cabinets, but it's the same cabinet, so he has a Lunar Lander cabinet with Asteroids in it, which is really, really cool. Okay, 5X, don't let me down. Oh, we hit that too hard. 281 fuel units lost, destroyed. I don't have it turned up very loud because I don't want it to wake up the whole house, but the speaker in this thing's pretty loud. So that is Lunar Lander. So we got Lunar Lander working with the thruster. All our buttons are working with this beautiful new silk screened control panel. Very happy with this. This is very cool. So hope you enjoyed the gameplay demo. We'll be doing a lot more streaming of these things moving forward. I'm excited about doing that and all the games I have and what I'm doing with them and why I like the games and the stories behind them. And we'll be having a lot of fun with those sorts of stories moving forward. So I'm going to sign off. So from Craig's Arcade, good night everybody, and we will do another demo of this once we've got the cardboard back in. But today the goal was just get the multi-control panel installed, and we did that. The next project is get this Ally coin door up and running, and that's going to require a lot of repinning wires, Molex harness, and testing. But I do have the instructions on how to wire that up. So 2X. One more of these, and I'm going to shut this down. I love how the beams get more intense the more you push on it. That's really cool. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.